Hello, everyone. All right, let's get to it. I took a few too many trades today, I would say. Lowe's, Nvidia, PDD, Roku, Target. We'll get to them. Ended the day plus 1.5R. Really should have ended. I think I was plus 2.2R. That's when I should have ended, but let's get to it. First trade was Target. I actually took an entry in the. I took 10 shares pre-market. Yeah, I don't really know why, but it looked like the 5 minute. It's kind of lower highs, or higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. I was thinking, all right, let me just get in a little bit here. That way, if it just moves, I never get an entry. I feel better about it. Obviously, that didn't happen. So looking at this trade, though, this was such a perfect entry. Perfect entry. Pre-market bouncing off this level 3, 4, 5, 6 times. We come down, we test under it, make a hammer, break above the hammer. This is a flawless entry. The risk to reward is a little skewed, but easily you could have made it to 125, and we ended up going to 126. But that was definitely one of the trades, one of the better trades today that I missed. And then PDD offered a really good trade. I had a loss on PDD, but it offered a really good trade, and I'll go over it in a minute. But let's get over to what we actually took here. So stopped out pre-market under this level, blah, blah, blah. 10 shares, I think I lost $10. And then I was looking for an entry in here. I obviously didn't get offered anything. I was hoping for a break VWAP, rest for a second, and then go, but the entry I got was a little bit higher. So we pulled back, lighter volume. Long the break of the high of that candle, entered in. Stop was under here. 2 to 1. We pulled back a little bit. I was kind of afraid we were maybe going to get rejected with this candle at this level. But when I saw we couldn't really sell off at all, like we'd sell and it'd catch and trade higher, I took it at the break of this really short time frame little wedge here. So I added in another partial, and then I had 30% of my shares left. I took off 15% here, so I had 15% of my shares. And once I saw that it was just a hammer, it didn't continue to sell because I just didn't really like how this price action looked. I added in, I definitely added in this plus this again. So I had back up to like 50% of my original position. Actually a little bit more than that. And then I took majority off here. I took like 80% of my, or like 70% of my current position off. 2 different partials because it was just stuck at 125.50. I didn't like how it looked. Took majority off and then took everything off up at 120. Did I top tick? Let's see. 120, 120. No. 126.03 was the high I got out. 126.01. And then I'm pretty sure we just dumped from there. So really good exits. Overall really happy with this trade. Happy with my exit here. It's mitigating risk. Happy with my exits here because it seemed like it was kind of ready to roll over. Wasn't doing much. This re-entry, if it broke under this level, it would have been a scratch trade for me. Well, after my unrealized would have been scratched. I would have been realized like maybe an hour and a half. But this is a great trade. Overall, very happy with this trade. Next, we traded PDD. And this was a bad trade, but PDD offered a great trade. So let's look at this here. So PDD offered a perfect rising devil with exactly what I look for. So we have this clear level here to base our risk off of. Clear as day. So obviously I would have went off this higher wick just to one tick above that would have been my stop. And we did sell off a little bit going into the open, but it wasn't so, what's the right word? It wasn't so clear as, you know, an all morning, like, you know, trend down. It kind of got stuck when we were getting close to the opening, and that made me a little bit nervous how we just stayed up here. But I should have taken the trade regardless, and the trade would have been, I would have set a stop here. I could have set a limit order for here to get filled on 70 and stop and risk off of like 85 or whatever this is, 88. So I could have easily had a conservative 5R, probably more like 8 or 9 if I actually took this, but I didn't take the trade. I don't know why. It really didn't do anything to violate what I was looking for, besides the wick down and then it came back up. That's the only thing that makes me a little nervous. Other than that, it's really a perfect trade. You enter in this area and your stop is above this level that we have. You could enter in with a limit to make it just a little bit safer. But yeah, unfortunate. The trade I actually did take was a chase because I knew I was pissed that I missed that perfect trade. And we sold off, had a little pullback to this level, entered in short. Came against me, got out before my stop loss, like 0.6R. Whatever. PDD, then we traded lows, and I traded target about the same time. Lows, I liked lows for long. Good news, we go up, we higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Once we hold above this level and hammer on top of it, we break the high of that candle. I take it long. Just kind of fizzled around though, didn't work. I really should have got out in this area because it just clearly was not, it didn't have the strength to stop me out. Really not sure what it did after that. I kind of stopped looking at it. Irrelevant anyway. Target I showed you, then, oh, 2 more trades. Roku, I'll make this quick, and NVIDIA. Roku. My problem is I'm trading this stock and it has no catalyst. There is no catalyst besides the fact that it's Roku. And that just makes it hard to trade. The way it moves is just so erratic, in my opinion. Like, these, you could say these are good moves here, but there's no rhyme or reason to why it's moving the way it's moving. So once I saw we held up above this this level we had here, off that candle pretty much, once we closed a higher high, I took it long, broke under, stopped me out. Then NVIDIA, another trade, which this trade worked, but it's just not, it's not a right trade. It's just not what you want because there's no, actually there might be news on NVIDIA, I'm not sure, I can't say for 100%, but I know there's no news on Roku, besides their, another offering they had and some company they were acquired or they're giving out shares for, whatever. But trading up, trading up, trading up. I was too focused even on the 1 minute here. I'm looking at the 1 minute setup when look at how much of the day is played out. The 1 minute's pretty pointless. But I entered in here, stopped down here, took off half, exited break even, made like 0.45R, something like that. Pretty irrelevant. But here, I'm glad I exited because I thought, what the fuck, why am I trading this? This isn't something I'm looking for. But, yeah, that's it. Thank you guys. Hope you had a good day. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.